Hello everyone, this is Rex Red. I am back with another Daz Studio tutorial. Today, with much fanfare and a polka band, we are going to scatter the Daz Rose in a 3D scene. And as you can see, this is a Daz Rose right here. And what I had to do to get this rose ready to scatter is we had to take this rose and convert it. Good morning, Angus, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome to the tutorial today. We are going to scatter this rose 1,000 times inside of ultra scenery and see if we can make a beautiful field of roses. So what we're going to do is, what I had to do to this rose is I had to convert it to Iray, okay? And the way you do that, I'm going to show you how to do that. And just a moment, when I have a coughing attack here. Okay, I'm back again. Okay, we are going to scatter the Daz Rose and in Ultra Scenery. Welcome to the tutorial today. Now, what you need to do is find the Daz Rose in your files, and this would just be under Rose if you own the Daz Rose, okay? And the Daz Rose, here we go to the Daz Rose. And if we go and look here, we should find it. Now here are lilies. I didn't realize I had these. I'm going to have to make a nice group of those. Here is the Daz Rose, okay? And the problem with the Daz Rose is it is not Iray. You notice down here, there's no Iray. So that is what we are up against. And so we need to convert the Daz Rose to Iray. And we go here to Rose. And let's just go to Products and go Daz Rose. And it should come up here somewhere. I think we're going to just look for Daz, for Rose. And we should find it. Here is the Daz Rose, all files. We have this rose, but then we also have this rose. So when we put the rose into the scene, now this is very strange because this isn't the rose I was just using. So we're going to try to convert this rose to, this is actually a much prettier rose than what I was just using. I thought that was the Daz Rose, but as you notice, that rose came laying down. This one looks more like it would be growing out of the ground. So we're going to try to convert this rose. So as you can see, this rose now is, as when we look at the rose, then we go to the surfaces, rose. You see when it says diffuse color, instead of base color, that means you have a 3Delight shader rather than a Uber base Iray shader. And we need an Iray shader, or this just won't really look right when we scatter it in the scene. Okay, we're going to take a look at this. It looks kind of okay, but it's not really kind of plastic, and it's just not right. Okay, so it looks kind of like whited out. Okay, so it doesn't look like the color is reflecting and doing the right thing. So now I'm hoping this works because I've had trouble with the Daz Rose before in the past, and the rose I just converted seems to have worked well, but this one doesn't seem to want to. Now we're going to go to, and I'm going to go and look for something that goes 3DEL. And this is, I've talked about this before, this is the RSSY 3Delight to Iray converter. And the only thing we have in the scene is this rose. So we're going to run this utility. And as you can see, there are 3 items. We scan the scene. Oh, and there are a lot of them now. Okay, and then we're going to find matches and apply preset and hope this works, which I am not incredibly confident. It's not working. And why not? Oh, I think the opacity, it's an opacity problem. So we're going to go to this rose. See, this is a problem. Now I have another rose that I just did, but let's see if we can figure out what it is that's wrong here, and then you'll know how to fix it. Cutout opacity. Well, that didn't work. We got to go to rose, shaders, leaves. Okay, let's go to cutout opacity. Here it is. See, that didn't work. Darn, darn, darn. Why isn't this working? It should. Cutout opacity, the rose. Leaves back. Let's try that. Cutout opacity. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Petals back. Okay, and would be part of compound stem calyx back. Guess what we have, people? We have an Iray. Notice how it's not as whited out looking. It looks a little bit better, doesn't it? We have now announcing, ta-da, the Daz Rose in Iray. Okay? And this is going to be beautiful scattered in ultra scenery. Okay. How did I do that? I don't know. I don't know how I did this because I have struggled with this before. And okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to go and file, save as scene subset. And we're going to go call this the true Daz Rose. This is the true Daz Rose. The other one, I don't know what it was. But the true Daz Rose, and we're going to call this like that. Accept. And then we're going to go now into, so far this tutorial requires one item, and this is the second item it requires. Well, it actually requires 3 items. Just a moment. It requires 2 items so far, and this will make the 3rd one. It requires the Daz Rose. It requires 3Delight to Iray converter, the RSSY 3Delight to Iray converter. If you look up converter, you might find it, or RSSY converter. Okay, so now we're going to go here. Okay, it won't run when we're in Iray. Add props. Let's see if okay, I think it's in here. It's called the the true Daz Rose. Okay, we're going to go here. Okay, we're going to call this the true Daz Rose. Okay, and save that. So what I've just introduced another item, and this is called it's called Alienator Pro, and this makes sets that you can scatter in Iray. Okay, now we don't need the rows in here because Alienator will put the rows in the scene. Okay, we're going to turn this to the front, and we're going to create a new camera, because we're going to make an ultra scenery scene. Okay, let's go look through our camera. Now I'm introducing another product. This is ultra scenery. Okay, and you have to buy ultra scenery creator to create landscapes in Daz Studio. So we open this up, and I'm going to make the land down to, oh, I guess 5 is okay, so it's kind of wavy and all right? And then we're going to go to features. What are we going to use for features? We want something where we can actually see the roses. Let's just kind of look. Stone bridge. Here we go. We're going to use a stone bridge. And then we're going to go for ecology. We are going to use these grasslands are kind of nice. We'll try well, I don't know. I don't know if I want green. You know, those light green trees, what's going to look nice with roses? I think this mossy hollow. Let's try that. I'm not sure. Oaks, we don't want those. Maybe the oaks, well, I don't want reeds, so, well, I can take the reeds out, but I just don't want the reeds. The thing is this oaks, what I could do is put the roses in place of the reeds. So we'll try this one. Water. Let's get a nice little blue kind of water. Pretty blue. Oh, this is ocean blue. Let's go with that. Tropical lagoon. That's even nicer. Okay, and then we're going to take everything off for now. Excuse me. We're going to turn all of this off at first. Those are our reeds. So we can set our camera where we want it to be. We're going to tell this to use the camera, build the scene. We want to move the land in, and then move our camera where we want ours to capture our scene. So we're going to close this. Now we're underneath the land. We've got to be above it. And we're going to zoom out a little bit here. And we're going to go like this. We want, obviously the bridge is going to be our central of the center of our scene. What if we go this way? I don't know. Okay, I hate doing things backwards, but I think we'll go with this. We'll bring it over a little more so the whole bridge is in the scene. We'll go back a tiny bit more. All right, now we're going to lock our camera. Camera, favorites, lock. Okay. Now we go back to ultra scenery. So select ultra scene. And we go here to our most used. And we're going to create an ultra scene. And I'm not sure, might as well put everything back in the scene and then see what we need to take out. Okay. Oaks. River grass. And rebuild. This is going to be a lot of stuff in a scene. All these different items. It's going to be just huge scene. Let's see if we have a tree right in front of our camera or something like that. And it looks like we've got a tree in front of our camera, but let's see. Let's render it. It's probably just going to be completely obscured. I think we have a tree in front of our camera. Well, there's something odd here going on. 9. Yeah, we have something that's just mostly in the way here. So we've got to go back into ultra scenery. And we go back to build. Let's try turning the aspens off. We'll just use the smaller aspens. I don't want like a massive forest, but maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get rid of that one aspen that's in the way. We've got to be able to see our scene. This looks better. Let's see what we've got. This looks kind of nice. Let's see if we can actually see our scene now. Control 9. Okay, I'm not sure why my camera's back down here, but we're going to lift this up a little bit so you can see the progress of the Iray. Okay, what we've got is another problem here. We have our camera lighting the scene because we don't have any other lights in the scene, and this looks kind of terrible. And we have too many trees again. So let's go out of here. Just too many trees. So let's go back into Iray. Ultra Scenery Creator. And Aspen's Young. Let's see. Road Pebbles, River Logs, Oaks. Was that Oaks? Yeah, let's get rid of the Oaks. They may be the ones taking up all the space. I want to be able to see the sky a little bit. Let's see what we've got now. Close. This is a little more reasonable. I can always put big trees in, you know. With ultra scatter, you know, it's scattering like, let's see, 6,000 grass tufts, 4,000 river stones, 11,000 river pebbles, 3,000 long grass layers, 16,000 pieces of grass, okay? So it's scattering a lot of stuff. Okay, this looks horrible. Still looks horrible. So I've got to cut down on more of the trees. So we're going to go back here. Back to Ultra Scene. Go back to our Ultra Scenery Creator. And let's go in here and let's get the Aspen Young. We'll turn them off. We'll leave the seedlings on. We'll get rid of the oaks, rebuild. Just keep the seedling trees. So, you know, because there are so many items that, like the river stones, there's no possible way I could resize 11,000 river pebbles, make each one a different size, and scatter them along that. It would take me 3 weeks just to do the river pebbles. But the computer does, the Ultra Scenery does that for you. That's what makes Ultra Scenery so powerful. Okay? And it not only resizes each river pebble, places it in a different place, but it also rotates them so that they don't look like the same pebble. Like all in this kind of very fake kind of landscape. They look natural. And that is a big thing. Okay. Now it looks like we have too many grass tufts, but maybe not. Let's try putting our rows in. At least we have some kind of scene here that looks kind of okay. First, I want to take out the, well, I guess we'll leave it like this for now. What we're going to do now is go, this would be, see this in Iray here. This is what I'm targeting right here. There might be a few here, but you'll see there's reeds that are along the verge of the river. And that's what we're going to target, are the reeds. See, I can always turn off other things or just delete them out of the scene. These are going to be roses instead. And we might have some roses go down in here also. We might see some roses in that. And then I can just put in a few very large trees. Now that I can do, but the river pebbles, no. Okay, so what we're going to do is target these reeds and see if it works with the roses. They're going to grow along the river. So we go to our doesn't matter, I guess. We go to now out of Iray. We have to go out of Iray. Then we go to favorites. Then we go to most used, Alienator Pro. And we're going to go to this. And this tells me all of my scene stuff. And I'm going to select now the true Daz Rose. And we're going to put that rose. This would be reeds. Is it river reeds? Okay, grass patch, fallen leaves, daisies. I don't see. There they are. Reeds 1, reeds 2, reeds 3. We select the Daz Rose. We link them. Yes to all. And we execute. I guess it's done. Do we have roses now? I'm kind of skeptical that this is going to work. We shall see. It should rotate the roses. It should put them in different places. They should have different heights and sizes so that they look like... Okay, we have roses. We got a few roses back there. Okay. Let's unlock our camera a little bit. I kind of was expecting there to be a few more, but I don't want them scattered in here. I think this is where I want them scattered. But base verge layer. Okay. Let's see this base verge. Let's put the roses there as well, and they may actually come up along this a little bit. We may get a few along the road. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, maybe I want to try one other thing before I do that. Is to go and unlock my camera. Camera, unlock. And I want to bring my camera down a little bit like this so that the roses are more in the scene. Okay. They're kind of closer, sort of in the foreground of the camera. What have we got here now? Of course, we're going to have some lovers standing on the... This is going to be called Where the Roses Grow. Where the roses bloom. Okay, we're going to go to 9. I'm still not down enough to the... Let's try this. Okay, my camera is casting a horrible light. Here, so we're going to go like this, maybe. Come on. Get me out of here. Okay, I have to save this scene before we lose it. Will you let me out of Iray? I guess it's going to just keep jumping me all around until it's done. Okay, thank you. Where the wild roses bloom. Where wild roses bloom. Save as scene. Oh gosh, we have ransom note writing here. We're wild. All right, there we go. We have it saved just so we don't lose our work. Okay. Now we're going to try this. Okay, it's going to look terrible because I have my camera light on. So I'm going to switch that. It's just I'm working with such a huge scene that I figured like putting an HDRI in and throwing in extra lights and all, or a distant light or something, just might kind of slow things down quite a bit. Now this looks nice, I think. What I might do is mix some reeds in around here. Okay. So, but this is kind of what I'm looking for. A couple of lovers up here kissing. And this is what I'm looking for. Yes, it is. So let's lock the camera again. Okay. I don't think my microphone is very loud. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Testing one. I'm sorry. Maybe you might have to turn things down. I had my mic down a little bit too low. Little too low. It has to be at a certain level. Okay. So we're going to go here and lock the camera. Lock. Okay, now we're going to do my plane thing that I do for every scene. Okay, the camera shouldn't move. Let's test it. Yeah, okay, the camera's locked. Let's go to perspective. Let's select our plane. Go to where it is, and there is our plane. We can bring our plane over here. Okay, come back. And we're going to rotate it so that it's sort of like from the angle of our camera. Okay, this is, we're going to go from this angle. And then we're going to twist it this way. And we're going to look at our parameters. And that would be 90. X rotate would be 90. We want it 90 degrees. And then we want to go back here, sort of, kind of, maybe, and scale it. Send it back more. Which way is this way? Some that way. And some this way. So it's about in the center. Keep going. Keep on going. And now we can scale it some more. Like that. And we'll rotate it a bit like this. And we will scale it along the Z-plane, is it? Nope. The X-plane. I'm not sure which one until we get an image on this. But there is going to be... Now let's go to our camera and see what we have here. Plane. Y translate. Y. We'll do this number here a little bit like that. And a little bit more on the Y translate. And let's save this. Let's find an image for that. Now I'm also going to turn off, put a light in, a spotlight in the scene. And we might as well focus the spotlight down on our subjects, which are not in the scene yet. Okay. Which might be like, where's our camera? Over there. So we're going to go back this way maybe. And down. And over like that. So that when I put this spotlight in my scene, it turns the camera light off, that ugly camera light. So save this again. Now the spotlight doesn't have any juice right now. So we're going to give it some just so that it's not going to be just completely dark there. So we'll go with 3 there. Let's save this again. Now we have to find what kind of background do we want? Do we want a pretty blue sky with clouds? Do we want like a purplish kind of sky? Do we want a night sky like with stars? Do we want... I think the night sky might be kind of nice because it will be kind of maybe even with a moon or something. Like a moon over here maybe. Let's see what it looks like with that ugly light off. We will have some light in the scene because I do have an HDRI in here putting some light in the scene. So it's not going to be black. The camera light will be out. So it's going to look more natural than anything we've seen so far because of the light being. We got just a white sky, but now look at our flowers. That is pretty. It's getting there, people. It's getting there. It really, really is. So, and I think I'll put a few reeds to kind of hide this area, like a just slow, some sort of low bush, and just put them in by hand. That shouldn't be too much of a trouble. We have a massive opportunity here to put something really beautiful on the sky. So let's get to it. Let's take a look and see what we have for sky stuff, surfaces. And we're going to go to our base color, browse. And this is going to, let's see what this looks like. Open with, open. Let's try it. You know, you might like it, as the saying goes. We have this one also with more yellow haze. I think the pink. Let's go. Let's try it. What do we have? It's probably upside down. Sometimes that happens. Okay, I think it's upside down. Let's go to 9. Control 9 should turn us back. Okay. Okay, Y. All right, we gotta go back to our parameters. Z. Is it X? Z. Why is there no sky? Okay. We'll just leave it like that. Something's wrong. Surfaces. Okay, come back. HDR. Okay, perspective. Do we have two-sided off? Smooth. Thin-walled. Share glossy. I think there's two-sided. Okay, let's put this in the emission color just for the heck of it now. See, maybe that'll make it show up. Thin-walled, smooth. Emission. And we turn this on. Okay. Suddenly, we have a sky. And we take and bring the sky down. Rotate it a little bit, like this. And then we take and scale it down like that. And see what our scene looks like now. We're not done. We have it showing up now at least. Okay. All right, the sky doesn't look quite right because I have some problems. And we're not looking through the camera, of course. So it shows how we're cheating. We're only putting the foliage in the camera per view. Okay, we've got some problems still. We haven't added this to this image to our luminance. Okay, and now we're going to look through the camera, and then we're going to take this image, the plane parameters, and translate it Y like this. And and go like this. Oops. Well, let's see now what we have. Then we're going to take this image and use it as our HDRI for the global lighting scheme. Okay. Let's do our global lighting scheme now. Okay. That's sort of working, sort of, kinda. I'm not sure exactly. Looks like it's kind of going uphill a little too much. And it doesn't have that deep color that it looks like in. So we might have to mess with the color a little bit, but let's cast this light on our scene also. So we'll go into now our, okay, there we go. I'd like to get this kind of effect, but I can get that. I just have to work with it here. So we're going to go to the environment options, and we're going to switch our environment map to this map as well. We're going to turn the dome on so that this is lighting, so that now instead of that blue image was lighting the whole scene, we're going to have everything's going to be cast in this kind of rose colored lighting, gradient lighting. So it should look more, yeah, like, okay. I just might be completely off on this. I might not be getting what I need here. So we'll see. All right. In and out of Iray is really slow. I'd like to turn maybe some of these things off in the grass, like we'll turn off the base grass with 16,000 layers. We'll turn off the river pebbles for now. And we'll turn off the grass tufts and the river stones, the long grass, and the road pebbles, the base verge. Okay, so it goes in and out of Iray a little faster. Okay, now we take this back plane here. We're going to take and turn it like that. And then I'm going to scale it a little bit more. Bring it down like this. And then we're going to scale it up. Okay, now when we go into Iray, how long does it take to get in and out of that? Oh, okay, I'm back. That was a little faster. Okay, so we might even be able to work on this a little bit with us in this mode. Okay, we can do this a couple of different ways, where we could add a little bit of red to our sky. That's not quite. Okay, we're going to turn the glossy color to black. We don't need the plane being reflective. Okay, and what if we go with a pink, a purplish pink? Yes, kind of dreamy. I might put some stars up here, maybe a few clouds. Now we can take our environment here. We can kind of mess with that a little bit. And we could make it a little brighter. And let's spin it around and see what happens when we turn it. Oh, this is starting to look really kind of interesting. Now I'm thinking of calling this the Midnight Rose, but I'm not sure. That's looking nice right there. And we put a little bit of a tint here. A little bit of a red tint to our lighting. Soften it a bit. Wow. Save this. I don't think I need to put anything. I think these roses could grow right out of the water. I think maybe. Because you can't really see what's going on with them. Now I have a Starfield, what's called a Starfield, I think. I'm going to go into Files, something that I made. I think I called it Starfield. Let's look up field. Let's look up Starfield as one word. There it is. Okay, I'm going to save this before I put this in. Because I don't know. This isn't the Starfield. Before I click this, I think it's going to change the whole sky. Yeah, of course, this isn't going to work. Z. Okay. Okay, I have to go into... Okay, my Starfield isn't going to work either, now that I think of it. Because this is a plane. It's not an HDRI. And so there won't be any stars. So we could bring this light up just a tiny bit more, maybe the environment light parameters, see what happens. We'll go to 5. We'll go to 10. Okay, you see the grass? I have grass missing. I took things out of the grass. I think that's a little too light. So maybe just like 6. Try 6. I think maybe even lighter. Four. Yeah, I want it to be. Okay, so that's going to do it for this particular tutorial. I'm going to work on it, add some figures into it and everything, but I might zoom my camera in a little closer here. Well, I might stay for a little longer just to kind of mess with this a little bit more. We're going to take the camera, go into most used, unlock it, move the camera in a bit more, move it down a bit more, move the sky up a little more. I don't want my figures to be too small. And it would be kind of nice to have the roses up closer in the scene. Like maybe I could even use a little bit of depth of field. So this works. Okay. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this particular video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like on my video. Subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. I'll be back with more videos. It's been an hour. So I hope you have liked this working with the Daz Rose, how to get the Daz Rose into Iray and quickly, it was pretty quickly, and have a beautiful rose to scatter in your scenes. I think at this closeness, I will throw a few reeds or some things down in here to just kind of obscure the stems a little bit. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Angus, you too, my friend. You too. I will talk with you soon. This is Rex Red saying so long for now. Thanks for tuning in. And I will talk with you soon. All right. Happy Daz 3Ding. All right, people. EZ3DTV saying so long for now. All righty. Bye-bye.